Broadcasting from the Symphony Studios in Marietta, Georgia, it's time for the Technology Harmony Podcast, brought to you by Symphony Technology Solutions. Tune in every week as we spotlight the very best minds in our industry. Now here are your hosts.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the 32nd episode of the Technology Harmony Podcast, brought to you by Symphony Technology Solutions. I'm your host, Katie Galley, and we have a very special episode yet again today. It is going to be part of our Meet the Team series within the Technology Harmony Podcast. And with me right now in the Symphony studio, I have VP of Operations with Symphony Technology Solutions, Mike Keziah. How are you doing, Mike?
Doing great, thank you.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by. And Mike, just to get to know your background a little bit, can you share with us how your professional journey a little bit and how you ended up in the role that you have today?
Yes, so I started out high school, always involved in electronics and things, went into the Navy, was EOD specialist, so always electronics and, cutting edge type technology was one of my favorite things. After the Navy, went to Georgia Tech, got my computer science degree, worked with several companies, I would say like 4 in my entire career, actually, just because I've worked places a long time. But I had worked with Scott and Eric for the last decade, probably, as a contractor or a partner with them. And the fit, it just made sense that we all came together like we did.
Yeah, absolutely. And brought, creating Symphony into what it is. And so, Mike, from that young age, really getting involved into the world of technology, what was it about it that really sparked your interest and then made you want to continue to pursue it? Because, technology obviously changes so much in any given year. And then throughout being in a career for, you said 4 different companies. And so dedicating your life to it, what about it makes you so intrigued by it?
So I'm a huge fan of mathematics, and I believe that math is the true language that doesn't really have a lot of variables. Technology is the same way. You got to have something on the other side of the equation. So for it to work, you have to actually put in, bad data in, bad data out, right? So the key of it is getting the data correct, getting the information in there correct, so that you can use it to make yourself more efficient. The company more efficient and, jump into new technologies fairly easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. Math it's consistent. It's the same. That's actually what Jean said the other day when I interviewed her for a previous episode. Math is the same. It makes sense.
In any language, math is the same, right? So.
Yep. Beautiful. Well, Mike, you said you knew Scott and Eric for a while and then eventually joining the team here with Symphony. And part of our, of course, mission is creating technology harmony, the name of our podcast, what we put out there. So for you, what does creating technology harmony mean?
It means getting all the factions. Being a true integrator means being able to grab any data port, any data point, anything that we can manage and make it easier for the customer to do their business, because that's the ultimate goal, right? The customer needs to make sure that their integrations are seamless, that their deployments of their equipment, gear, or whatever all work together in a harmony, right? And so that's what it means to me, is making 10 different technologies speak as one technology, so that we can make the customer more efficient and provide them a lot more vision into their own business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it makes sense. And being that integrator, because that's what we are, a systems integrator. And I know we've toyed too with the phrase, along with creating technology harmony, of the integrator that actually integrates. That is something Trey really enjoys saying and pushing out there. And so if that is something that Symphony, we want to hang our hat on. So being then that systems integrator, that kind of integrator that actually brings things together, can you speak a little bit to that and maybe what, it is for Symphony, what you view that mission as?
So it's really truly a vertical building technology system, which means, and we're even pushing more into the building automation systems, which temperature control, humidity control, et cetera. But it's taking the fire alarm, the security system, the wireless points, the LAN, the WAN, the IDF rooms, and all of those things, and make them one, very easy to troubleshoot, two, easily identifiable, and three, it works well, right? So that's how I would deliver it, as far as.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being able to, and like you were saying with the technology and how it shifts, and then Symphony, of course, shifting along with it as things change and getting more into then building automation.
Correct. Well, technology goes in leaps and bounds, right? So it's really about grasping, where you feel like you can be confident and capable of providing the customer the right service, right? So it's being able to adjust to the new technologies. Obviously, going into 5G, and I know you've done some podcasts on those as well. But that's a new pushing technology, right? And we're looking at that, but we're also looking beyond that, right? Of what's going to be the next technology after that. So that's really key to what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, right, you hit on something key. It's trying to navigate what comes next. And of course, you can't possibly know what comes next, right, in the world of tech. But then it's how do you then prepare for that unknown next step? And which is an interesting take.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Mike, if someone wanted to learn more about you, learn more about Symphony, where might they do that?
They can go to symphonytechnologies.com and go to our website. Katie's got a lot of great content out there. We have a lot of podcasts, a lot of great information for customers, vendors, and potential employees or current employees, to get updated on where we're at in our organization.
Thank you all for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. To learn more about our guest and their company, check out the show notes for the relevant links. If you would like to learn more about us here at Symphony, of course, subscribe to our podcast on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook at Symphony Technology Solutions and on Instagram at Symphony Tech Solutions. Here at Symphony, our ultimate goal is to make harmonious music out of all the technological noise. And we hope today's episode helped in doing just that. See you next time.